Okay, some background on these players.
TM87, I believe that is Swagger. Am I correct? I'm pretty sure that is TM. That is a TM for Swagger. TM87.
That is very true. So you may be asking, why would you play Naked Mole Rat Puff here? Like, why wouldn't you pick a skin? And I just wanted to bring this up. So there was a money match between myself and Floss, and it was not just for the skin of like Melee, it's for every game, and it just doesn't apply to you. It's your children. It's everybody.
Yo, you made a generation wager. Yo, that's some pack stuff right there. That's hot.
So it was a best of 5 Puff Ditto. It lasted like 6 days or something. And it was a generational. And so you're looking at Floss and Floss's children.
Oh my God! So Floss's children can never play Jigglypuff with any alternate costume.
It doesn't even matter the game.
Doesn't matter the game. So Jigglypuff in any game.
Any game.
So Jigglypuff, if he ever plays Pokemon again,
oh fuck! He
can't even put like an accessory on it.
Nope,
he can't even have a shiny Jigglypuff.
No, but it's naked the entire way.
That only applies to Jigglypuff, though, right?
Only Jigglypuff.
Okay. That'd be kind of cruel if he could never have alternate costumes or skins for any video game they ever play. That would be cruel, and for his family, his children, his children's children, for all generations.
It's years down the road. I hope it's written in the family book. That's
like we have a pact. You can't break it, or you become forsworn.
That's it. I wasn't the one that called it. He wanted it. So
that was his wager. So he lost it.
And then afterwards, I said, "I'm done playing Puff." And so
that's rough.
Anyway, so Floss has been a Puff player through and through. He's really been studying and trying to work up, and he's one of the players that at least has the heart to try to develop Puff outside of the typical back air. Like he does want to see other parts of Puff, and he does have some deficiencies still in his playstyle.
It's hard to say. There's not that many parts of Puff. Like the most you can play if you want to be like cool is play like King and Mango.
Well, that's kind of what we're getting at. Is like a lot of what the Puff development is all based on Hungrybox today, and stories of Mango and King and stuff they're really just that. They're just stories of that playstyle that applied back in the day. And it's hard. It's great to look at those. It's great to look at those Puff players and say, "Wow, man, these are really at the time it looked amazing." And I don't know. Is a lot of that still applicable with today's players, or is it?
Yeah, it is. You just can't do it against like Peach. That's it. Like everything that King and Mango did as Jigglypuff back then was fundamentally sound. Like it's not anything that could keep you from winning. It's just a little bit harder to do it. Like, I mean, not to say that what Hungrybox is doing is easy. It's just that having that kind of playstyle with Jigs requires a keener insight into the game mechanics and less about your own individual prowess. Like Hungrybox is actually just really good at like processing information. Like he has really excellent timing, probably just from his music endeavors, and then he also has
that's an interesting comparison to bring in music for it.
Yeah, I think music actually has a lot to do with timing. Wobbles' timing is really good, which is why you can do infinites. That's why like Mewtwo King can't wobble. Like I can't wobble. I don't have any musical background. Like being able to do something on a metronome, I think, is a key factor to be able to like do infinites consistently.
That's a really interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting perspective.
I mean, I'm sure there's people who don't have music backgrounds that can do it, but I'm just saying I think that's a positive correlation to have. Hungrybox, I don't know if he would wobble or not, but I mean his timing with this Jigglypuff is immaculate. Like he is a strong human being when it comes to making a decision and executing it flawlessly. Like he makes the right choices, and I mean making the right choices is also a great way to play this game. But playing with like King and Mango, they make great choices, but they're also a little bit wonky, a little bit outside the box, a little bit more in your face. That kind of playstyle requires a certain type of courage and a lot of experimentation, a lot of failure. Like I can guarantee you that I know Mango definitely didn't, but I also know King wasn't always that good. Like he eventually got to a point where he found something triggered with him.
Really?
To where he was able to take this style that he's fostered and developed and become a prominent force. Same with Mango. Like, Mango did lose to people, but he very quickly advanced in SoCal. Like, he wasn't just some, god force that appeared out of nowhere. He was someone who played Melee for fun, discovered the competitive scene in 07, 06, and then got good from playing a lot. And he got good really quickly from playing a lot and having a lot of passion for the game.
You said this in the last match, but again, what is a lot? Like, what does a lot to you mean?
Like 10,000 plus hours, maybe.
Okay.
Like, whatever the regular benchmark for mastery is.
Right, okay.
Right. I don't know how many hours he's actually played, but I do know that he spent a lot of time sitting in Norwalk playing with Lucky, who was, like, I think his neighbor.
Right, yeah.
And, childhood friend, like, having a lot of games on your belt lets you prepare you for a lot of situations that most people might not be prepared for. You are prepared for, like, weird situations where people are air dodging off the stage and dying from getting hit in weird ways. Mm-hmm. They paid attention to it. They understand it. It's happened enough times. They don't do that much. Like, it's usually the newer players or the less active players that are making these mistakes where they're down airing off the stage after they get hit from couch canceling. They're couch canceling in weird ways. Like, it gave them success against some people, but they don't recognize that it's not worth the risk, and, like, just getting lucky for a few stocks is not helping your development toward winning matches.
Yeah, okay. That's
like, trying to steal stocks is one thing, but winning matches takes a whole different mindset.
Yeah, that's definitely easy to agree with.
As a new player, I almost feel like having the goal, like, oh man, I took 2 stocks off of Axe, or I took stock off of Wobbles, or I took a stock off Mewtwo King, shouldn't be like something you should be like, like, super proud of. Like, yeah, you set goals for yourself, but that's not something you should take pride in and post on Facebook about. I think that's a detrimental mentality to have. Like, that's settling for complacency. Like, that's not hungering for more.
Right.
You need to be focused on, like, how am I going to take these stocks without giving up 3 other stocks in the process? How am I going to take this stock, every stock? How am I going to take this stock with 50% on me?
Right.
Like,
so you put in the effort of 4 stocks and you only got 2 in return.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the way to win. If you're playing for the sole purpose, like, every time I play against this guy, I want to be able to take 2 stocks off of him. I mean, sure, that's a noble goal, set whatever goal you want for yourself, but if you want to be a better competitive player, step your game up, and reach the higher levels of play, don't just look at taking 2 stocks, look at being efficient with every stock that you have. How am I going to play with 1 stock left and take the rest of this person's 3? How am I going to have 3 stocks and this person has 1? He SD twice. How am I going to hold that against someone who's better than me? What do I need to do to overcome someone that's better than me? What do I need to do to train to get on that person's level all the time? These are things that you need to learn. When I play against someone that's better than me, sometimes you have to take risks. These risks can make you win against people that are better than you, and they'll think that you're better than them because you beat them, and they're not.
Right.
Like, what matters is what happens at the end of the game. The game doesn't care how many stocks you have. The game just shows the winner.
That's from the heart.
Just dropping my Todd's real talk right there.
Real talk from the heart. That was at the core. I think you made it. What you said throughout your entire speech, but one thing you brought up that was very good was the fact that, I mean, yeah, you want to, at the same time, you want to get stocks off certain players. You want to get stocks off of. You want to just be able to say, oh, I played okay during that match, and it's not. I mean, it's not to discredit that. I don't want to.
Right.
I think
don't take that away from yourself, but, like, don't put that on your like a trophy. Don't treat it like a trophy, hanging over the other person's face that just beat you. Like, what is that telling you, and what's that telling them? It's like, oh, like, this is the way that you're looking at the game. Like, this is why I need to. So, do I need to beat you even harder? Because that's what they're thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of every time you tell me you took a stock off me. I'm like, okay. Like, do you want me to crush you? You want me to start 4-stocking you now? Like, do you want me to take it to another level? Because I can do that. I can outscale you.
That kind of also goes back to a lot of players when they play. They'll play someone from the PR. They'll play someone that's better. They kind of get upset if someone doesn't play like their main, or they don't play him like the same level, and they don't understand that just not there, and it doesn't make any sense for that player to play them even like that. It's like me going to you and say, play me like you would be playing at like a full-size tournament and everything was meant to do it. Like, why? It doesn't do me any benefit. Like, you need that incremental change. You need to be able to attack your deficiencies first, and then work towards like getting like work towards like what we were saying, B tier. Like, work up to B tier, get through the B tier players. And, you know, I mean, everyone's guilty of that. I mean, myself, like if I play here in Tucson, if Jackie's playing, I'm like, Jackie, come on, just play me like you'd play somebody else, and then I get nothing out of it. Like, I get nothing out of it because it's like there's no follow-ups for me. There's nothing I really can do. And at the end, I'm like, well, shit, I just spent 6 minutes, and I have nothing to show for it besides the fact that I know I'm not as good. Like, it doesn't do me any good. That's why I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, man. Man, that's so good for him. Incremental changes. All right, let's give a little bit of commentary for Floss and OP Machine.
We're 1-1 right now. Got a Doc on the board. So Doc versus Jix.
Is this kind of like? Would you say this is Fox, like a weak Fox?
Whoa, no.
No?
No.
That's always what I've been told. Like,
what?
Yeah, okay. I've always been told play Doc like it's just a weaker Fox. By Jackie. That's okay. So I'm gonna put Jackie on blast.
Trying to see like I mean, you can maybe stretch it. Like, the thing about Doc is that he plays like every other character with a shuffle. So I mean, having a Fox foundation and play him like a Fox can work, but I don't think that's the right way to play him in this matchup, because he doesn't have he doesn't have up throw up air. He's not as fast as Fox, doesn't get the same grabs. He has a projectile that actually does influence directions, influences attacks, unlike Fox. Like, I don't think you can really treat them the same way at all.
Man, Jackie, just trolling.
Like, I mean, it might be maybe a bent, like a replace a